let's move on to the session. I hope you all are aware that Senior Cadet Captain Kuruvilla K. Ancheril was the best cadet in the Naval Division. Senior Naval Division, I'm sorry. It's a Senior Division Naval Wing in the year 2022. He's from 7K Naval Unit, Ernakulam of Kerala Lakshadweep Directorate, Sacred Hearts College, prestigious college of Ernakulam district and in the state Kerala, which has produced a lot of best cadets in the past, and also I can say YEP cadets too. I could say that started the journey from, I think, Jugal when I was there in 7K Naval Unit, my last posting. Jugal, Kirtana, Seleke, this saga goes on to Meenakshi, then Shanti Priya, I think, was the RD cadet at that time. I'm forgetting the names. There was one more North Indian, one 2000, who was RD 2019, along with Shanti Priya. One SD was there. Who was the guard of honor? Was he? I'm forgetting his name. Shit. Anyway, so a lot of students, a lot of cadets from SH. It's one of the prestigious college in Ernakulam district. Along with that, other colleges are there. I'm not telling St. Teresa's and the colleges are there. So why you people are here? You are here to listen so that you learn something from these people. So today's journey, today's story is of Kuruvilla's, how he became the best cadet in the year 2022. When there was a pandemic happening across the country, there's a dilemma was going on whether the competitions will be held or not, but still they have fought towards that journey of 2022 RDC. Anyway, welcome cadet, Senior Cadet Captain Kuruvilla. So I hope you are doing good.
Thank you very much, sir, for inviting me. Yes, I'm doing good.
I forgot to tell you guys, he's a wonderful yachtsman. He's very keen of doing surfing, kayaking, sailing, and he has done 2 menu sailing expeditions, and he is planning for his coach certification in his watermanship activities, especially sailing. It's a wonderful sporting event. If you people have anyone done EP sailing or laser, anyone across who have done this laser sailing or EP apart from Kuruvilla? Okay, I urge you people, please get on to the EP sailing. Even if you have, I know only NSC people get this opportunity, but I suggest you people, it's a wonderful sporting event, and Kuruvilla is going to get the coach certification once he completes. He is very keen on photography and videography. So he's planning to take up that as a career in watermanship activities. He would like to promote that across the Kerala. That's a wonderful initiative. I appreciate that. So I know you people are really eager to listen to his story of how he became the best cadet in the year 2022, right? Correct? Before that, let me ask you people, how many of you have really imagined, visualized that maybe next year, that yes, when I take part in such a competition, I would like to receive the best cadet trophy, medal, baton, medal from Prime Minister. Have you guys ever imagined it? Have you ever visualized it? Have you ever thought of it? If not, I tell you, I urge you people, please visualize that. Kuruvilla, let's start the program. How was the feeling when you were receiving that medal from the respected Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji. How was that feeling?
Uh, I couldn't describe the feelings. Moment they started the introduction for the ceremony for the best cadets, I think I had chills down my spine. I was like, I couldn't believe am I marching towards the center of the Karayappa Parade ground and about to receive from the Honorable Prime Minister of India. And plus, that day it was very chilly and very windy as well. So I was literally shivering the whole moment. And plus, I think I got more time with the Prime Minister alone because he stood there in front of me for a long time because the announcement got late. So it's indescribable feeling. I couldn't believe myself. Actually, I was like, it was actually a dream. I couldn't believe those entire moments.
Right. Can you people, the others listening to Kuruvilla, can you just imagine? Can you just close your eyes and just imagine you standing in front of the Prime Minister, whomsoever it may be, I don't know. Of course, at least for the next year, it will be the same. Can you just imagine you standing in front of great Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, receiving that medal? If, let me tell you guys, if you can imagine this, if you can visualize this, half the journey is done for you people. The next half is your sheer determination, dedication, your perseverance, commitment that you guys gonna give. Now let's see how or what all Kuruvilla has done to achieve this. Request people, please mute yourself. Otherwise, we will be listening to all your, I've already caught 2 people. Now, who is this third person? Anaga. Now, please mute yourself. Otherwise, I'll be calling out the names and you will feel so bad that let only Kuruvilla talk, right? We are here to listen. So let's listen. Okay. So Kuruvilla,
Yes, sir.
why did you joined NCC? I'm sure you have joined Naval NCC just to do sailing and kayaking and surfing, right?
No, actually, I got introduced to water sports through NCC. Actually, this through one of our alumni. He is a national level sailor. He introduced me into water sports, and he just me around, and he's coaching me in 4 to 5 water sports, and he's also helping me train for the next year's coach exam as well. And joining NCC was like a sudden decision of mine, because initially after school I wanted to pursue marine biology and go for research, and somehow in between NCC tryouts came, and just like Meenakshi said, seeing that white uniform and the way the seniors conducted themselves, that inspired me and made me want to join the Navy. And I only gave my name for the NCC Navy tryouts, and somehow I did my best and got in. And initially about
It's a destiny. Guys, I would like to ask you people one thing. Do you like to write your own destiny? Something is by luck which will come in front of us. Of course, 50% is the effort that you put, and 50% is all time and space. It's which is not in your hands. So, but those who have decided, yes, I will write destiny. Let me tell you one thing. If you have got that pure passion towards that, like Kuruvilla has got that, suddenly he joined, but he wanted to do something like sailing. He was passionate towards sailing and water sports, other activities, so he wanted to join. Now tell me, Kuruvilla, why did you chose RDC, Republic Day camp? Was it forced onto you? Was it your own decision that let me try?
No, definitely not. When initially when I joined the first year, when our cadets, our senior cadets have a huge long years of continuous streaks, both in the Nauseni camp and the Republic Day camp. So initially I wanted to go for the Nauseni camp, but then that's when we were preparing for Nauseni camp, we got to know that we wouldn't have NSC this year, my year. So then that's when my senior cadet captain Ancheril Bhaskar came back from his RDC, and we had a celebration reporting where we bought a huge 3 kg cake, and we were cutting and distributing among the cadets. And that's when seeing the medal and baton with my senior, I immediately thought, if the next year there's a medal and baton, that will belong to me. And that was the pride which made me achieve it.
Great. So that is a decision. So how many of you are really blessed to have seniors who have been, I don't know how many colleges are here, but I'm just asking, how many of you are really blessed to have such seniors? If not, don't worry, because this is for you people who are not having such seniors to guide, to motivate. The main motive of the program is to guide you all so that you all are in the same path. Now, Kuruvilla, moving on to the next question. When you started the journey of NCC, you were blessed to see such seniors with, Best Cadet and YEP. When you started or you thought, now let me give it a try, what were the challenges or what were the weakness in you?
My immediate weakness is that really underestimated my opponent during the pre-IGC. And then, to be honest, I didn't IGC time at Trishur. I didn't work hard enough. I had this, I underestimated my opponent and said, I'll easily get through this. And I put less effort into my studies, firing, etc. And actually that kicked me in the back. Actually, I got kicked out of the IGC contingent from the Ernakulam group. And that was the end of my IDC journey, I thought. And then that's when I got into the menu sailing camp that year. And then that's when our erstwhile Additional Director General of Kerala, actually Directorate, Major General Mandik Singh Gill, he said that there'll be an open challenge that is only for the best cadets, like any other cadets outside from the AGC who have who have the the bravery to challenge these best cadets. He said, "Come on and prove yourself." And that's when I opted myself in. And then on the last day of our menu camp, when ADG came for the visit, he called me separately and said, bloody chap, if you don't prove yourself, I'm going to kill you. And that was the motivation that I corrected my mistakes in pre-RD because I was an outsider, because I didn't go through ADC, so I had to prove myself every day to show that who the hell I am. I had to put an extra effort. I made sure I put the extra effort. I actually sacrificed my sleep a lot, even my food. I only had dinners. I skipped my breakfast and lunch and made sure that I used as my sleeping time, and the night was my studying time, be it my self subject and my group discussion and interview.
Great. Guys, how many of you have done such a thing in your life? Life will never give you a second chance. This opportunity, when you get, that's what I said. Sometimes luck plays an important role. This question was actually for you people. Ask yourself, what is your weakness? Today itself, write down your weakness. Ask, how can I improve this weakness and convert it into strength? What Kuruvilla has done is something he realized what was his weakness. He sacrificed his meals and his sleep so that when life gave him another opportunity, he didn't turn back. So it's very important that we understand what is our weakness. There may be n number of weaknesses. It's okay, fine. But realizing that it is my weakness and converting that to strength is something which you need to do if you need to achieve success. Tell me, Kuruvilla, how, as a to become a best cadet, there are various competitions. We all are aware. Of course, when you start the journey as an NCC cadet, the most difficult part that you phase is the firing. How was your firing in the first year time, and how did you improve that so that by the time you were in the RDC, of course your grouping would have been 0.5 or whatever. How did you improve that from zero to hero?
Unfortunately, at RDC, we didn't have a firing. It was cancelled the last minute because of the Omicron spread. So yeah, like we were getting prepared for the firing competition, but last minute they said, as the firing range said, we can't go for a firing competition. So they canceled it in the last minute. And in a way, it actually gave me a mixed feeling because initially at pre-IGC, I had a okay-ish firing. But after a long gap and I rejoined pre-ID, my firing was pathetic, literally. And so then I had to work really hard. And it was the backing of Colonel Vijay's Brigadier Rajan sir, who like pushed me. He said, even if you don't become the KNL BC, I won't leave you from the Kozhikode group headquarters without scoring a really high score. And that was the motivation. I mean, in a way, getting getting cursed by the seniors and by officers was what made me improve myself. So firing part, I made sure I did my push-ups, I did my planks, I did breathing exercises, because firing, I see it as a mental and a physical game. So I whenever firing, I make sure my mind doesn't think of anything else, just looks at the magpie and fires. And there were many tips that Rajan sir taught me, and I made sure I practiced even at Delhi every night. And that's how when they said we are canceling the firing competition, I actually felt a little sad, saying that even though it's my one of the worst events, I actually worked a lot and improved myself in that event. So it was mixed feelings day when it got cancelled.
Great. So guys, today you may be washed out in firing, but if you have listened to these points, how Kuruvilla has, or anyone who have done excellent in firing, stick on to the basics. What everyone have been doing is the same. Finally, it's your mind, your mental stamina, your confidence that you give to yourself during that competition is what makes you a hero. Because everyone does practice. The day when you get, or the day when you are competing with others, that is the time when your mind plays. It's a mind game. If you win your mind, then you win the battle. So when you are there at Delhi, when you're facing the extreme climate, extreme weather, wherein which your hand will be numb, your fingers will be numb, but when you have decided in your mind, then nothing is impossible. Kuruvilla, what about the written part? The most toughest part for a student cadet is because they are mostly into academics. Suddenly the GK part and the GK part, wherein which others find it difficult. Can you say something which is different from or what you have followed to to master the GK part?
So about GK part, it how we prepared at our pre-RD was every afternoon after a parade, all the BCs will come together, and each day will take a turn who's saying about 10 GK questions. So we used various methods. Few used websites. So some of us even used Instagram pages. So we used Instagram to a good thing those days. So we used various sources, and coming together, we didn't sit separate and prepare, except for the service subject. Common and GK, we always came together, sat together. We used to discuss. One day Madhav will say 10 questions, next day Meenakshi will say 10 questions. So here and there we had a full book just for GK, service subject, and comm subject. We used to go through various questions. We used to go through the same question again and again, make sure it ingrained in the mind. So it has repeated learning that got ingrained in our mind. That's why KNL director actually scored one of the highest scores at Delhi written exam.
Right. So guys, there's no shortcut. but it's a teamwork. You would have seen they've got a wonderful team who have been doing every day some or the other strategies to improve or to learn. So it's a teamwork. So even when you are in a college or whether you are in a camp, if this thing you can implement, it will actually help you. So nothing is impossible. Today you may be zero in your GK. I know you are not reading newspapers. I know you are not reading any GK books. But if you make an endeavor to learn at least 10 GK every day, in a year you are learning 3,650 GKs at least. That's a huge. Okay. So slow and steady, you can start at least from today. What about the interview part, Kuruvilla? When many people who lack confidence in sitting in front of the senior officer, because they know everything, because by knowledge wise everyone is superior, but what happens is just to sit in front of an officer to give an interview, many people they're afraid or they are like underconfident. So how can one improve his interview part?
I would say for myself, interview is actually one of my strongest events because interview, like for the self introduction, you have to write what is about you, like your about your family, about your current education status, and what you aim to be, what you're going to do to reach that level you aim. So it's a very short script, and normally, like at the first interview in Delhi, it is actually a panel. Like it's comprises of, like for us, it comprised of a air vice marshal and the brigadier and the lieutenant colonel. And out of this, though the air vice marshal was silent, the brigadier was like constantly asking very tough questions. So even though I did, get like I felt I got threatened, but I made sure I didn't show it in my face. Like interview, have a slight smile, not a huge smile, just a subtle smile, and say your self introduction thoroughly. I mean, be pakka sure. Like whatever they ask for my self intro, you should know about it. And after my self intro, they started questioning about my aim. Like I want to, after my degree, I want to do a PG diploma in logistics supply chain management and try for the naval navy. So when they asked about me, they said, "You are not an engineer. Why the navy?" I said, definitely the easy answer for me is my college has a huge history of a lot of alumni joining the navy. We have captains in the Indian Army, we have flying officers in the Air Force, and almost a lot of captains and commodores in the Indian Navy. So all these alumni are always, they're very active. They regularly have online meets. They make sure we join them. They teach us a lot, and they do offer us exclusive visits to the naval base for ship visits as well. So these are the perks of being of like what I used at the interview. And after the interview, they asked like a very general question about the Indian Navy. They asked me, "What is the maritime command?" So at first, I was struck, and I didn't know what it was. But I said, "Sir, I will still try." So I answered, "When the theater commands come in place, the commands which will be headquartered by the Navy will be maritime command." So the officer said, "You're almost there," and they spoke among themselves, saying that he's the best, and that boosted my morale to the max. And when I exited the interview room, I was so elated with happiness and joy hearing such a comment from three high-ranking officers.
Okay. So guys, interview is nothing. It's all about yourself. If you are pretty sure about yourself, the place where you're from, your background, your district, your state, that's it. It's almost 90% of the interview will be covered. It's all one by one, followed by question to question to question. It's a connecting thing. So there's nothing tough, but it's all how you present yourself. And I can tell you one small tip for that. If you can drive the interview, then you will win the interview part. So it's a tactics, it's a strategy.
And never lie also. Never lie in interview.
Yeah. That's a very important part. Be yourself. You don't have to show something else, be yourself. If you don't know something, just say don't know. That's it. The interview is your confidence and your knowledge. Okay. General awareness, yeah, you have to have, because there will be something or the other they will ask regarding the general awareness. So you need to know anything and everything under the sun. So read up newspaper, editorial pages, all books related to general awareness. That's very important, guys. What about the group discussion, wherein which many tigers become cats? So what is your advice to those who are, or how one can improve, or one can, successfully move or successfully do a GD? Tips to improve the GD.
About a group discussion, yes, definitely it's a good point if you start speaking first. But it doesn't matter if you even speak last. It matters about your content and the way you present yourself, the way you behave in a group discussion in the fish market. It's called group discussion for a reason. Never target towards any one or two cadets. Always have eye contact towards the all cadets. Make sure you address each and every one. And when we had a group discussion, even though we were getting ready for a group discussion, we actually had it as a lecturate. So in terms of the alphabetic order of directorate, we had a chance to speak. And even though I spoke twice, another person spoke twice, only 2 or 3 people spoke twice. I made sure that my 2 points were different from each other and they had value. And in a group discussion, always state numbers, facts, and also give their reference. But never go wrong. Even if you have slide out in those data and statistics, and you'll be fired from another point if another cadet knows the correct information. So only speak if you are thorough. I mean, very thorough about that statistical data, and speak less, but speak with good quality and content. Never repeat the same thing twice or thrice. Even if you speak to just once or twice, make sure what you speak has value and you impress the other cadets and the panel as well.
Right. Nothing more to discuss about group discussion. It's as simple as that. Only thing is, as Kuruvilla said, very basic points like eye-to-eye contact. Never go for any argument with others, or never corner anyone. You stick to your points. Be pretty sure that what you're talking is right. Use statistics wherever possible. That's all about GD. Service subject, I think you don't require any guidance or any experience, because it's your bread and butter. Whether it's Army, Navy, Air Force, you need to mug up everything that is there in the service subject book. And more importantly, the application part. It's not just by hearting it, and understand the concept and apply it. What else you want to ask, Prul? I think he has covered everything. Parade, of course, I don't have to tell. Of course, as a naval cadet, it is you would have found it difficult in the beginning, but how did you go ahead?
Whereas pre-IGC, I did learn. It was tough learning the forming it after I said I got out and joined the Naval Parade again. And then rejoining pre-RD, it was again a huge task to learn, to forget the Navy commands, the Navy drill, and to relearn the Army drill and Army commands. So it took me a good time. And because I used to go to the gym just before the pre-RD, I had wings, so my hands was very, very, very bad. I used to get hit on my hand by this weather there. So to have a pakka hand swing, 180-degree one, it took me a lot of time. But it was actually in Delhi where I saw my improvement in hand swing. I literally had a 180-degree hand swing. I couldn't believe myself when I saw the video. It was a huge achievement for me, because getting hit on Kozhikode and then seeing my hand swing at Delhi, I was really proud of myself.
Right. So what do you mean to say is don't do gym?
Not like that. Like do gym, but just before you're going for the pre-IGC, and make sure you stop and try to reduce your wings. So it'll help you your hand swing.
So all those who are working out in gym, guys, please take a note. If you have too much of wings, it will be very difficult for your swing. So Kuruvilla has advised, if you want to become a base cadet, reduce your gym, especially with your wings. Anyway, just kidding. So it's a very valuable information, guys. I don't know. You need to get the swing right. It's very difficult if you're doing the workouts with the heavy weights. So there's nothing too much to concentrate on drill, because by 1 or 2 camps, you will get used to it. And you will be crewed up. That's the part of the instructors to get the drill part from you. You will get, but be ready. You may have, some wear and tear between your thighs and, between your arms. You will get enough of cracks. So be ready for that. It's not that as easy as you think the journey. Firing, he has explained. Interview, what all things to keep in mind. GD, the important points. GK part, the firing. Then he said about the drill service subject, you have to mug up. Anything else you would like to ask Kuruvilla? Because he's a recent guy who have witnessed the RDC, and that too becoming a BC. Just put on your questions. No, Chugendra Pal, I am, it's not SSB interviews, totally different. Here, here the interview is a bit very easy, as you say. Jugendra Pal, have you seen SSB interview? No, right? So don't worry, you don't have to think too much about SSB interview. This is very easy. The NCC interview is nothing. As I said, it's all about, even SSB interview also, it's all about knowing yourself. Knowing yourself thoroughly about the place where you're from and everything. Then moving on to the general awareness. So it's pretty, every interview, it depends upon which entry or what is the role all about. Now here you are an NCC cadet. So, and here you are for a BC competition. So the way the questions are designed is for judging you as an NCC cadet. But SSB interview, the interviewing officer pattern is, you are going to become an officer. So he need to check whether you got some officer-like qualities or not. So based on that is how he will be designing the questions. He need to find out whether you have got those OLQs in you or not. Here in this NCC BC interview, the interviewing panel need not think about it, whether you have OLQ or not. They are just looking whether who is going to become the best cadet. So questions are pretty simple. General awareness, you knowing about yourself. You should know about yourself, as Kuruvilla was telling. And the general awareness part. That's it. Any other doubt? Kuruvilla, you would like to say something?
No, sir.
That's why I injected, because
just a tip will be that until you board the train to Delhi, and never get the card. Okay, I'll for sure be on the train to Delhi. Always have a simple mind. Never like have that pride that you're on the train.
yeah,
Just until unless you board, don't show that pride or the joy. Work till you board the train.
Great, that's a very good advice, guys. Anything else you would like to ask, Kuruvilla? Anything regarding BC competition, or anything related to NCC part, the recent things, because he is really updated with the recent scenario. Before we wind up, we can quickly ask 2 more questions if you guys have got. Seems like there is no more questions, Kuruvilla. So
Yes, sir.
what is one last advice that you would like to give those who are really preparing hard to become a best cadet?
Okay, so once you reach Delhi, you might see the cadets from the other sectorates, and sometimes you might feel scared or like shy in front of them. I would say never feel that way, because they are the best cadet of their directorate and you're the best cadet of your directorate. Always have the pride that you've proved yourself in the directorate level, and now you got to prove yourself at the national level. And each and every event, what I did was this was set up from my officers at the pre-RD camp, as well as from my commander. So what they said was, before you enter the room for each and every event, make sure you wear the imaginary mask that you're already the All India best cadet, and then do that event. That's what before my written test, I took a 10 to 20 deep breaths, and the imaginary words that imaginary mask that I'm already the best cadet for each and every, be it for my drill, be it for my first interview, my group discussion. This is what I did. Just the moments before I enter the room, I were, okay, I'm already the All India best cadet. Just show who you are. That's what I did, and that's what I think made me achieve this.
Great. Very wonderful piece of advice, Kuruvilla. Thanks for that. What happens, this is the reality. What happens is everybody, whomsoever reaches there as best cadet, all are equally trained. There's no difference between you and him. When you reach there, what happens is when you see others, normally you tend to demean yourself and you put yourself on a back foot. So this is something which you should, or those who have achieved success in this journey or any journey, you need to be confident. You need to. This is a, as I said, this is a mind game. If you have already decided in your mind, if you have already seen, then your half the journey is done. So when you reach there, you are the best cadet. As I said, when you have already imagined standing in front of PM, you have decided, yes, I am the one. And conquering your mind, that is more important. So guys, wishing you all the best on this auspicious day. We are privileged to have Kuruvilla today on the 74th NCC Day celebration, which have been happening across. I hope you all have taken part in your respective unit group, wherever you are. And we are privileged to have Kuruvilla also tonight in the 74th NCC Day when we are celebrating. And he is there to impart his journey experience so that you all can achieve in your life. I hope you have gained something through his experience. Is there anything you would like to ask before wind up? If not, I think already we have planned for 40 minutes. We have taken 1 hour. We have taken 54 minutes. I think we should wind up. Urvashi, yes, you mean to say that you have got something to ask? Or you have just acknowledged that it was a good program? What do I interfere? What should I take from this? Yes. Is it you have understood? Hope it was a good learning experience through Kuruvilla. Even if you guys would like to ask anything, this group is still active. Okay. I know that many of you have these exams coming and all. Many of you have asked the permission that we won't be attending, need the recording. Still, we will send it across. But would like to see active participation from you people, because this is made for you people, not for me. I am sacrificing my Sunday for giving something to you all. So appreciate active participation. If it was a good program, please appreciate Kuruvilla, because he has taken time from his expeditions and spared his time for sharing his experience to motivate you all, to guide you all, so that you all get some idea, because until unless there was nobody, I'm saying that in the year 2006, we didn't have anyone to share these experiences or to motivate us. But today you are getting this opportunity. So make utilize of it. Ask questions. Let it be a stupid question. It doesn't matter. Like the way here Jugendra has asked whether there's a difference between SSB interview and PG and CC interview. Yes, there's a huge difference. Very relevant question. So ask questions like that. Ask how many marks are there for. Ask all those stupid questions. Doesn't matter. We are here to guide you all. Okay. So I hope it was a wonderful experience. Please do put up your comments in the group if it was a good program. If you would like to ask anything to Kuruvilla, please ask in the group. So Kuruvilla, it was wonderful. I really learned few good things, which I really appreciate everyone. You guys, every day I learn something new. So I take this as a learning opportunity for me also. And I've enjoyed today's program, and I'm looking forward for more and more best cadets from this group, whomsoever have been listening patiently every week. So shall we wind up, Kuruvilla?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Wishing you a fantastic 74th NCC day year ahead. I'm looking forth at least some best cadets generate from this group in this year and maybe next year. And we are here to guide you all through whatever possible manner we can. Jai Hind. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Bye-bye.
Good night, sir.